Hey everyone. So I wanted to talk about capitalism. There's a lot of people against it. And they're like, yeah, capitalism inevitably leads to this, that, and the other thing. And I wanted to speak on it more in like a theoretical context. So capitalism is dependent on um, competition. You have to have competition, and people enter into capitalist markets or markets driven by capitalism to compete. And they're like, hey, I can make a better product, I can deliver a better service. And they compete, and people join in and fall out through that competition until, you know, you reach an equilibrium. And what does that equilibrium look like? Well, it can look like a lot of different things. There's three main ones that I can think of off the top of my head. One is a truly what do they call that? Crap. It's like a competitive, actually competitive market. It's like the equivalent of the stock market, which is also highly regulated, just to know. Um, and then the other two are like cartels and monopolies. And what capitalism, like the argument that capitalism leads to monopolies isn't an unfounded one. It does. It can, and it typically does, especially when you allow for consistent mergers and acquisitions and conglomerates. It can lead to monopolies or cartels. And cartels, if you watch my other video, it's just where, you know, the majority of market shareholders work together to set prices. So, how do you counterbalance this? How do you keep capitalism but prevent monopolies and prevent cartels from forming? So, you're forcing capitalist markets to stay in an ever competitive market, because the whole goal is to beat your competitor, and then you're like, hey, I won, all right, I'm at top. But for everyone else not in the market in the sense of competition, but in the sense of like maybe buying and using the goods and using the profits from it and all that other stuff, they don't necessarily want a winner. They want to see a continuous game, an endless cycle. Some people say regulation is the key to that. Like, hey, we need regulation in order to perpetuate capitalism. Because there's a lot of theory too around, like, hey, if you just let capitalism go, like more like free market fundamentalists, kind of laissez-faire stuff, um, it will develop into monopolies, and rapidly, more rapidly than ones that are regulated. So yeah, let me know what your guys' thoughts are on that, because a lot of people are um, pretty adamant about this one.